Okay, so the first thing I need to do is make the sauce, the special sauce. It's just basically enchilada sauce. I don't have any chicken stock, so we are going to use beef stock. The ingredients are going to be flour, olive oil, salt, tomato paste, oregano, cumin, garlic powder, chili powder, salt, pepper, and vinegar. So I'm going to get this ready and we'll start her up. First things first is we need flour. So we're going to start with our flour. So 3 tablespoons of flour. And I'm not an exact cooker. Well, when it comes to bread I am. But we're just going to go ahead and do 3 tablespoons of flour. And then 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Good enough. It's like I need to get myself some more cumin. Ground cumin. Need 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano. Just shy of my salt thingies broke. So just shy of a teaspoon of salt. About 1/2 teaspoon of cracked pepper. 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And go ahead and mix that. Until that's well incorporated. For tomato-based products, I usually do not like to use my cast iron, so it's not good to have that high acid there. So I do keep my other pots and pans there for that. So that's why we're going to use this. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Got some oregano in there. Not going to hurt anything. And we're going to go ahead and get that going. Then we bring back the flour mixture. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that in. And whisk that real good. I kind of like to get it a little toasted. I kind of like the flavor that adds. I've never made it with beef broth, so it's either gonna suck or we'll like it, but it's what I had on hand. And I'm not going to the grocery store, so. All right, so then I'll go ahead and put a little bit of broth in there. Kind of get it to smooth down just a little bit. Throw in the tomato paste, so I don't know. I'm gonna probably just put this in. Let's just go with the whole can. Why not? Good enough. We'll throw in a little bit. Oh, it was about 2 cups of the, I don't know, 2.5, 2 cups, whatever you like for your enchilada sauce, special sauce, whatever you want to call this. It's really that easy, guys. I'll never buy it in a can again. Usually I'll go ahead and turn off the heat when it starts to boil, just because I don't want it to scorch. Alright, so normally I would use a casserole dish, but my casserole dish has a meal in it in the freezer. So kind of a little juicy tidbit: when I cook, and I have cooked too much, because you know I used to cook for all of my kids, nieces, nephews, adopted kids, I'm having a hard time scaling back our meals and cooking. So I will make up the batch of whatever it is and then cut it in half and divide it and then put it in the freezer for another meal. So right now we're gonna go ahead and start putting together the taco lasagna. So I just went ahead and dumped in, I would know, 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, just enough to coat it and get it nice and seasoned up. Because we're working with what we have. I'll try to do a cost analysis too on like what this whole meal costs to put together. Because the cheaper the better, in my opinion. That seems about right. So usually what I'll do is just plop some in there and give it a little squish. I'll try to go every other on the sides. It literally is just like making lasagna. Alright, I scrub my hands like after I do everything, so I'm just gonna do this the way I normally do it. So I bring in my special sauce. I also shred our own cheese. It's just better. When I had my other homestead, I bought a bunch of cheese making books, and I so wanted to do that. And of course, today and now I'm using canned products, but because I haven't had a chance to garden. I did not garden or hunt this year because, 1, I was in the hospital, 2, we were in the process of moving. So, all right. Might be a little much, but we're gonna make it work. And then just add a little razzle dazzle. We're gonna add some dollops of this queso, because who doesn't like cheese, right? And then before I take it out of the, or when I take it out of the oven for the first time, I'll add some more shredded cheddar or mozzarella, or not, who knows. We're gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to, I don't know, let's say 400. I may change it, I don't know. One thing with the RVs is the ovens aren't really known for good even baking, so I did actually put a baking stone in there so that it can disperse the heat a little bit better. So we're gonna pop this in the oven. As I guess I could have had that preheating. Gonna wash up my dishes and keep working on laundry. Alright, so the taco lasagna is in the oven cooking, and I'm getting ready to start the Mexican rice or Spanish rice or whatever you want to call it. For this you need rice. Supposed to have chicken broth, but I'm going to use beef broth, chili powder, garlic salt, cumin. I'm also going to throw in a can of diced tomatoes and then tomato sauce. So I'll be right back and we'll get this going. Okay, so I already rinsed and threw in 1 cup of rinsed rice. Typically what I will do is kind of sizzle that off a little bit. Just because I don't like the extra water. Alrighty, so I've got my rinsed rice in there and I'm just kind of sizzling off the water. So I'm gonna throw in probably 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Kind of fry that up. Do 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic salt, and a half teaspoon of cumin. You're gonna leave that come to a boil. All right, once it comes to a boil, I'll go ahead and give it 1 last stir. I'm not sure if that's necessary or not. And I'll put a cover on it. And we're gonna set our timer for 25 minutes. And we're gonna turn this down to low. And we're gonna forget it. We're not gonna touch it. We're not gonna stir it. Normally I would have put a pepper, I would have cut up a pepper and placed it around the top and just let it float there, but I don't have peppers and we're working with what we got so that we don't have to spend money. So we'll come back with the final review. All right, so our timer has gone off and it's time to stir the rice and let it do its thing. So And the taco lasagna is done. I did not put additional cheese on here just because I want our cheese to kind of stretch a little bit. And since I put the queso on the top, I didn't feel that it was needed. So I'm gonna plate this up and waiting on the guys to get back. I don't know, I had dinner done a little bit earlier than they needed to have done. So I'll probably eat, but I'll plate it up and give you guys a look. And here we have our taco lasagna and our Mexican rice. Did not realize we were out of sour cream, so for the creamy, it's getting a little bit of ranch and of course Ortega taco sauce. That'd be it, folks.